Hello. Welcome to part 8 of my 9-part series on ecosexuality. This video this week is going to be on ecosexuality and nudity, which is why I have this shirt on. Because I can't get away with actually nude in these videos, so I'm kind of cheating the system. My friend Zephy Walsh, Z the Bug on Instagram, I got this shirt from him. Check him out. Okay, anyway, tangent aside, I'm talking about ecosexuality and nudity this week. So I would like to first start off by saying that personally, nudity is a big part of my personal ecosexuality, but it is absolutely not a requirement in order to be an ecosexual person. Like, it's one facet of who I am as an ecosexual. And if you've learned anything at all, if you've seen any of these other videos on ecosexuality, part of the magic of ecosexuality is that it encompasses an infinite number of experiences of reality through, life. So your part in it is exactly whatever you make it. I think I'm going to start by talking about some of the discomforts that I've had, which has led me to this place. I also, a big part of my discomfort in nudity, which, I mean, if you've seen me naked online, which is all over the place, you know that I'm not really uncomfortable being nude. But when nudity is immediately assumed to also be sexual is when I have a huge problem, because if you watched the ecosexuality and sex video that I did earlier, go to my channel to check it out. You'll know that sex, my definition of sex, does not require being nude at all. You can be fully clothed and have sex. You can be fully naked and have sex. It doesn't matter if you have clothes on, if you are naked or clothed, you can have sex either way. So why is the immediate assumption of nudity ooh, that means any number of things? The assumptions that are there are what makes me really uncomfortable. Nudity is assumed to be sexual, is assumed to be oh, if you're naked on the internet, which I definitely am all over the place. That's me right there. Naked by rock and a stream. It's great. Yeah, being naked on the internet, I've received a lot of uncomfortable things from people. You've heard about dick pics. That is a regular occurrence of anyone that is assumed to be a woman, basically, unsolicited dick pics in our DMs. I mean, it probably happens to people of all genders, and but I feel like it disproportionately affects people that are assumed to be women. Very vulgar comments, assumptions that I want to have sex with them, that I make sexual content, that I am in any way interested in being their best friend and meeting up with them. And it's people on the internet that I don't know at all, just out of the blue randomly message me and is oh, can I make porn with you? First off, I don't make porn. Second off, what makes you think I want to do anything with someone that I have no idea who you are? So just, okay, some of the discomforts of being naked on the internet. I'm sure that you can understand that if you've had any of those experiences. I don't know if my experience is vastly different from most people because I'm naked on the internet and but I'm also naked in the real world, in places where I have control over the people that I'm around when I'm naked. And that means that I get to be naked around the people that I want to be naked around, which is the people that understand who I am and that don't immediately think of sex when they see nudity, and people who might get naked with me and like frolic in the woods. Like, let's do it. Let's go like hop in a stream. Um, those are the kinds of people that I like want to be naked around. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Nudity is honestly like a really great part of sex for me personally and ecosexuality, like in general. I love being able to have all of my senses engaged. Like my whole body is vulnerable and like, I don't know how to describe, like there's trust involved. Like there's a lot of trust when you're nude. Or maybe pressure, expectations. My thing, I just can't deal with expectations. It's just I need them to not be around. I need to not have them placed on me. I need to not make them myself. Like expectations, they're kind of the worst. But yeah. Being naked and doing things that are pleasurable is wonderful. And it feels super great because I love to be able to feel all of the feels throughout my whole body without clothes. Because it like swimming naked in a pond or a river or like lake or what, the ocean, whatever, swimming naked is magical. And it does not feel anything like swimming with a swimming suit on. It really doesn't. Like, unless you've experienced it, you cannot imagine the way it feels to swim naked. It just feels amazing. It's things like that, like being naked and feeling the wind on your skin, like all over. Being rained on when you're naked. Magic. So, yeah. That could be sex for you. I guess I kind of go back and forth between how rigidly I want to define sex. Like, is it even important? I want to just like experience pleasure. Whether I call it sex or not, does it really matter? So I wrote some notes about this, and I feel like I've said most of the things that I really wanted to say that were like really important to say in this video. So I'm just gonna read this little like some notes that I wrote on this because I don't know, it kind of feels a little bit like a poem-ish. I haven't edited this at all. It's just like whatever came out of my brain onto the paper. So I'm just gonna read it to you. I honor my body by inhabiting it in gratitude. I honor the earth by honoring my body. I honor my body by honoring the earth. My body is an extension of the earth, and the earth is an extension of me. We are intricately connected. When I am in reverence of my body or another's body, I'm also in reverence of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. My aliveness connects me to every other living thing. I rejoice in happiness and gratitude of my connection to the earth and all beings by being naked with nothing to hide. Nudity feels like an equalizer to me. We are all vulnerable. Our bodies are all the same flesh on muscle, fat, and bone. We have all the same parts arranged differently. Our differences are what make us special and an integral part of the whole. So that's what I have to say about nudity. I don't think I've missed anything. I do want to let you know, though, the next video, which is the last one, the 9th of this 9-part series, Ecosexuality and Spirituality, which has honestly been the one that I've kind of stressed out about the most, because I feel like spirituality is really hard to define for me, and I've struggled a lot with like being either like atheist or agnostic for most of my life and being like shamed and somewhat shunned by my peers because of it when I was younger. So I have like maybe like a form of religious trauma. I don't know. But I've recently been connecting a lot more with my spirituality. And I think it's really important to talk about, especially through the lens of ecosexuality. And especially because it's something that I've been exploring on my own. But I am not quite sure exactly what I'm going to say about it yet. I have some notes already written out, but a lot of times I also come on here and just like say what comes out, like I did for a good chunk of today's. So I'm excited to see what comes of that. That one is, instead of on Monday, it's going to be on Sunday, the 26th at 10 a.m. instead of 6 p.m. So it's like totally different. Last one is going to be off schedule. I will be out of town with probably no access to internet. So I'm going to just post it early. Just do this early. I think that's all I have to say. So thank you for being here with me. If you enjoyed this content or any of the things that you've seen, you'll probably really love going to bunnyluna.com. I have a lot of awesome artwork all over the place. Some of these are on my website. Yeah, you can book one-on-one sessions with me if you want to like hang out on video together. Otherwise, excuse me, like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day, and I love you. Bye.